Hi everybody, April here with Second Star Journal. Welcome to this week's process video. I am going to be documenting week 15 of Project Life. Now I am going through my Elle Studio cards and I want to get rid of them, and I had a lot of greens in my stash. So I went ahead and printed my pictures in black and white, knowing that majority of my spread was going to be green. Now the first card I'm going to work on is my title card, and I am using Heidi Swapp alphas, and they are, I believe, from the storyline chapters kind of kit, but I love the way that these alphas look, and I picked them specifically for this week because I was going to use the black from it to tie in the black from the black and white photos. Now I'm doing the same thing I did the previous week in week 14, and if you haven't seen that video, I will link it up in the eye now, but instead of spelling out week, which I did have enough ease, I am just doing a WK to kind of keep it a little bit more simple. So the next thing that I needed to do for this title card was the date stamps, and I had this little label from Elle Studio that said captured, and it was green, but I just didn't like the way that it looked on the title card. So this week I decided I'm just going to stamp the dates directly on the title card under that little, it looks like washi tape to me. So I'm just going to use my Heidi Swapp roller date stamp and my archival black ink, and I'm just going to stamp directly on my title card and call this card good for now. So the next card I'm going to work on is a photo that I have taken of myself with a new hat that I bought. And I did use digital stamps from In a Creative Bubble Retail Therapy. It says bought and loved, and then online shopping, and points down to that hat. I then grabbed my Elle Studio Everyday Phrases stamps, and there's a stamp that says this made my day, and I'm gonna grab my archival, I think it's called, it's Brilliance Moonlight White ink, and I'm gonna stamp that directly on the black part of the photo and call that one done. Now, since I already have that white ink out, I'm going to go ahead and grab that 6x4 photo. And ironically enough, this is the only photo that really isn't fully black and white. It actually was printed in color, but because of the colors of the picture, it looks like it's black and white. Now, before I printed that photo out, I did use a digital stamp. The No is from the Kelly Stamps files from June, and I am going to use a Heidi Swapp stamp that says Brighter Days Ahead, and I'm just going to stamp that lower left part with the white ink, and I love the way that it came out. The next card that I'm going to work on is that file under card, and it was a digital stamps from In a Creative Bubble Retail Therapy that I just ended up resizing to the size that I needed it and printed it on cardstock, and I'm just going to stick it down on that 3x4 journaling card. And then I'm going to take a green like gel pen that I have and circle in awesome find, things I don't need, and purchased anyways, because it's so true about all of those. And then I'm going to take that pink arrow chipboard piece, and I'm just going to stick it down and point it to the photo of me with my new hat. So the next card that I'm going to work on is that photo of my sangria that I tried this past weekend, and I really wanted to use that #1 die cut that you see in my little plastic bin, but it kind of got lost with all the green. So I had this Kelly Stamps like a pale pink label, so I go ahead and put that on the upper left hand corner kind of to separate it, and then I'm going to stick the photo and that little #1 die cut down together on this journaling card. So the next thing I do is I grab my Stamp Market Planet stamp sets, and there's a stamp on there that says heart this, and I go ahead and grab my archival ink, and I am going to stamp directly on the photo above that can, and it comes out really, really good. And then I grab my Elle Studio Good Time stamps because there is a stamp in there that says yum, this was the best. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and stamp it on the, basically going down the right hand side of the photo, directly on the photo as well. Once that is stamped, I call this card good for now until the embellishments. So the next card I'm going to work on is my journaling card with the numbers 1 through 5 on it. I wanted to go through my stash like I said in the beginning, so I grabbed my Elle Studio Jane Tile alphabet stickers, and I believe this either came with the kit for December or I bought it around December, but I am going through and kind of using these up to just get rid of them, and I made a little mistake, but it was perfect about these is I was able to adjust it. So I will jump ahead, but what I end up putting out on this is my number 1 was the mail, because that happened. I received my happy mail on Monday. Then on Tuesday I was shopping online for other things, which you'll probably see next week. On Wednesday we had pizza, so that's going to be my number 3. On Thursday I worked, and then Friday we randomly had snow, even though the day before was like 60 degrees. But I guess the best part about getting snow during the spring is it might snow on Wednesday or Thursday, and then by the next day it's completely gone. Now, as I was explaining my week, I was embellishing a little bit, and I used my top part of a die cut from Feed Your Crafts, I think Happy at Home, that I used in week 9, and it says online shopping, and I put that on the picture of me with my hat. And then I'm using a word phrase from that same kit that says deep breath in, and it's pink, and I put that on top of a green label from Elle Studio and stuck that to the snow picture. And then take out my Elle Studio, it's the Tiny Shapes and Dots puffy stickers, and I put a pink star puffy sticker on the dates, my title cards, to separate the dates to bring the colors together. And then I stick 2 of the dots on that journaling card with the alpha stickers, kind of bringing the pink onto that card. And lastly, I stick a pink star on my number 1 right underneath that and call this spread good. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week. If you do, don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you.